While you sleep, this person is thinking of you but doesn't have the courage to admit it. They said they were fine, that they needed to move on. But the truth is they feel empty every single day. You know this because you felt the weight of their silence. That absence that makes you wonder if it was all real. You noticed that they tried to replace you, went out with other people, distracted themselves with work and social media, but deep down they are always comparing, always wondering if they made the right choice. They talk about new experiences and adventures, but each laugh hides a longing. They are having fun, yes, but at the end of the night, when the excitement dwindles, their thoughts return to you, and it consumes them. They hide that they miss the way you did things, your gaze that made them feel seen. They said they needed time, but what they really meant was that they were terrified of the depth of something that was real. Too real. You are not imagining it. They are dazzled by the idea of coming back, but fear paralyzed them, afraid of not being able to be the person you deserve, afraid that you have found someone who dared to stay by your side. Meanwhile, you keep thinking of them, making plans, revisiting those memories that seemed so solid. You feel that something was left unresolved, that wish that things were different. You knew they weren't truly happy, but the absence of your presence convinced them they could simply move on. The truth is, this person misses you desperately. While trying to maintain the image of someone who is fine, they wonder if there's still a chance. Every unsent message is a painful reminder that they don't know how to come back. They have already imagined you coming back, calling them, caressing the past as if it were still alive. It's a thought that torments her, but she never has the courage to turn it into reality. And you have to deal with uncertainty, wondering if it's worth waiting, if you should keep the door open or if you should move on. The truth is, if there is love there, it's something that still lingers in the air. But those who love do not always have the courage to act. This person knows they were wrong. Each day away from you is a greater burden, a weight they carry in secret. And every night when they look at the sky, the moon seems to remind them of what was and what could be. And as time passes, they feel trapped in a snare they created for themselves. With every superficial interaction with others, they realize that they cannot feel what they felt for you. No one compares, and it hurts them. It's a truth they can't admit, but one that follows them with every step. So, while you reflect on this situation, know that this person is trapped in their own head, struggling with their insecurities and fears. They're hoping that someday, even with all the silence, you will be the strength they couldn't be for themselves. This person who's on your mind now is thinking of you constantly, but doesn't have the courage to admit it. Since you drifted apart, they try to convince themselves that everything is fine. But while you sleep, this person is there, in the silence of the night, looking at your photos, reminiscing about the moments they spent with you. They don't send a message, just look. The desire to connect is strong, but the fear is greater. They said they needed space. That was the easiest lie they could tell. What they really needed was to confront their own confused feelings. You made them feel things they had never felt before, and that scares them. The deep conversations, the vulnerabilities you shared, it all reached them in an unexpected way. And you know this because, even from a distance, that look you both exchanged in silence still echoes in her memory. You felt that there was something different there, didn't you? You are not imagining this. Meanwhile, this person goes on with her life as if everything is normal. She goes out, has fun, gets distracted, but deep down she feels empty. And when the dust settles and the fun ends, reality hits her. She realizes she can't forget you. Silence, which should be a place of peace, turns into a deafening scream of what she has lost. She imagines you in every corner of her life. Guess the person who said she wanted to be alone sees you at every moment, daydreaming and wondering what it would be like if you were there. She has already found herself thinking about what it would be like if you lived together, about introducing you to her friends and family, and how she would love to tell everyone, "This is the person I really want." The truth is that behind the controlled facade, she is in a panic. The need you stirred within her is something she doesn't know how to manage. She is afraid of not being enough, that you will discover who she really is and not like it. Afraid that if you saw her naked, you wouldn't accept her. And with that, she hides behind a wall of indifference and denial, as if that could make the pain disappear. You waited for signs. That text message, a comment on social media, any gesture that said she still cares. But you've noticed it already, right? The signs are just reminders of what once was. She is aware of the damage she has done. She knows she shouldn't have left without an explanation, that you deserved a proper goodbye. And the guilt consumes her, but she doesn't know how to reverse it. She has been trying to deceive herself, keeping busy with people who don't make her feel half of what you do. Each new connection is just a reminder of what is missing. When she sees you smiling in photos with someone else, her heart sinks, chest tightens, anger and sadness mixed with a guilt that makes her feel worse. She wanted to be the reason for your smile, but for some reason, she didn't have the courage to fight for it, and this person finds herself trapped in a vicious cycle, waking up, working, remembering you, missing you, and repeating. She has already written messages that she never sent. Simple things, but that carry an enormous weight. Hi, how are you? Or, sorry for what happened. But these words sound so weak, so unreal in light of what you both built. She feels your absence like an open wound. No one compares to you. She flirts, makes new friends, but deep down she knows they're just trying to fill a void that only you could fill. The intensity of what you experienced scares her, and yet she can't let you go. Meanwhile, here you are, asking questions that have no answers. You feel the anguish of uncertainty. You waited so long, and your heart still clings to the hope of contact while rationally knowing that it might not happen. Each passing day is another day in which the connection you had with her drains away, but the intense memory of what was continues to haunt you, and you already knew this. You knew that, deep down, she feels all of this. You knew that those nights when she can't sleep are filled with regret and longing. The truth is that she still cares more than she's willing to admit, and time is passing too fast for both of you, and yet neither does anything, and this is the cycle you both follow, eternally trapped in the pain of what could have been. This person you can't forget is struggling with her own feelings. At this very moment, she is missing you like a weight on her chest. She's looking at your photos on social media, trying to figure out if you still think of her. And you knows this because they have already felt this strange connection, this intuition that does not lie. That anguish that comes out of nowhere, reminding you of someone who should not be so present in your mind. She said she was fine without you. She lied. What she really meant to say is that she doesn't know how to live without you. She tries to act as if she is moving on, but every time she hears a song that reminds her of you, the facade crumbles. The smile disappears, and the emptiness takes over. While you sleep, this person is awake, reliving the moments you spent together, imagining a future that now seems distant. She compares you with anyone who appears in her life, and guess what? No one even comes close. Every attempt to move on only reinforces what she already knows. You were unique. This person makes up excuses to stay busy, not to think about you. She goes out, meets other people, but the reality is that each encounter is a frustrated attempt to replace what you had. And even so, when she returns home, the silence is deafening. She looks at the clock, remembering that she should have sent a message, that she should have been honest. However, pride stops her. You are not imagining these things. You felt it when you noticed that she was distant but still connected to you. You noticed the signs, the way she hesitates to talk about you with friends, or how she avoids the places you used to go together. The brutal truth is that she is scared to admit that she needs you, scared to open her heart again. She hides behind the idea that she is moving on. What she hides is that you left a mark that no one else has managed to erase, and that terrifies her. Meanwhile, you go on with your life, but with a hole in your heart. The hours pass and you catch yourself thinking, will she come back? You have already realized that this uncertainty is exhausting. Someone is just one step away from feeling they made the wrong choice. And you, still waiting for a sign, a message, anything to confirm that what you had wasn't just an illusion. You know, the connection is still there, even if they insist on ignoring it. That person is in your head and you are in theirs. But as time goes by, doubt prevails. This person can't stop thinking about you. While you sleep, this person is awake, tossing and turning with thoughts and memories. They have looked at your photos on their phones several times this week, but haven't had the courage to send you a message. They are stuck in inertia, contemplating everything you experienced together. They said they needed space, but the reality is different. This person needs courage. Courage to face what they feel, to admit that you are someone who impacted them in a way no one else has. You have no idea how much this scares them. The intensity of what you shared made them vulnerable, and they don't know how to cope with it. You know this because at some point, you felt the distance grow. You noticed the absence of messages, the silence that settled in. And no, you're not just imagining it. This person ran away, and the truth is that they couldn't handle their own feelings. They went out, got distracted with other people, tried to replace you. But when night falls and the noise fades away, the loneliness screams your name. This person often revisits the moments you spent together. They think of you as someone they could be with, but they don't have the courage to act. Did you really think they were being honest when they said they weren't ready? The truth is they are terrified of thinking they are not enough for you. They have imagined a future where you are together, where you are an integral part of their life. It's easier to dream than to face the reality of getting close to you. But all this kills her inside. When she wraps her head around it at night, she sees herself navigating scenarios of what it would be like if she had apologized, if she had been sincere from the beginning. You felt the change in the air, that connection you had. Now it's just one. This person is torn between wanting and fearing wanting too much. Meanwhile, you're wondering if someone who can make you happy really exists. The answer is yes, but that person in your mind is the same one who has distanced themselves. She feels guilty about how everything ended. She knows you deserved more than empty words and unfulfilled promises. The truth is that you make her feel alive in a way she never expected. When she sees other people, it's inevitable. You are the comparison. No one is capable of replacing you because you represent everything she ever wanted and at the same time feared. You were never an option. You were the choice. And she is stuck in her own fears. Fear of what you might think of her. Fear of what could make her vulnerable. You have no idea how many nights she spent wondering if you are happy, if you still think of her, and it consumes her. Meanwhile, you continue living your life, but part of you still waits. You wait for a text, an explanation, anything to indicate that she has returned. The certainty that there is something more between you does not leave you. But you know this person is also hesitant. She knows she was wrong. She knows you were the real connection, but pride prevents her from taking any initiative. Heavy-hearted, she pretends that everything is fine while you occupy all her thoughts. This person wants to have you back, but doesn't know where to start. The silence between you is deafening. You have realized, haven't you? Both are suffocating in this theater of masks, each one waiting for the other to take action. This person loves you, but what happens? She is paralyzed. Each passing day is a new wasted opportunity. Both of you know that time will not stop, and this is the brutal truth that hangs in the air between you, and you already knew that.